starts long before dawn breaks over California's Central Valley. The air is still, the horizon painted in faint shades of blue, and for a moment, everything feels calm. But beneath that silence lies a growing nightmare that's keeping farmers awake at night. It's not drought, it's not the economy, it's something far more unpredictable. A new kind of enemy has taken root in the farmlands of America: feral hogs. These powerful, fast-breeding invaders have turned the golden fields of California and Texas into battle zones, tearing through crops, destroying fences, and leaving millions of dollars in damage in their wake. For generations, American farmers have fought the elements, floods, fires, and market crashes. But now they face a creature that thinks, adapts, and strikes when no one is watching. And the worst part? It's winning. In the Central Valley, where the soil is rich and every acre matters, farmers like John Miller are living in a constant state of alarm. "I'm losing crops worth $2,000 every couple of days," Miller told local reporters, his voice heavy with exhaustion after years of trying to defend his 4-acre organic farm from these relentless invaders. The state tried fences. Farmers tried traps. But feral hogs, clever, destructive, and astonishingly resilient, found their way through it all. What began as scattered damage turned into an all-out war on the land. Their numbers have exploded across the U.S. over the past few decades, and California's farmlands are now one of their favorite battlegrounds. From tomatoes to corn, from wheat to almonds, nothing is safe once a herd of wild hogs moves in. The destruction happens fast, fields shredded overnight, irrigation lines torn apart, soil uprooted, and months of hard labor wiped out in a single raid. When fences failed, John Miller's community decided they had no choice but to fight back. The call went out across the valley, and within days, a coalition of 150 farmers, hunters, and wildlife officials gathered for what would become the largest hog hunt in local history. The operation began at twilight, the exact hour when feral hogs usually emerge from the shadows to raid the fields. 100 locals showed up, 30 trained state wildlife sharpshooters, 20 licensed farmers with rifles, and 50 volunteers armed with radios, flashlights, and nerves of steel. Under California's strict hunting regulations, everything had to be done by the book. No shooting within a mile of wildlife refuges. No targeting female hogs. Every shot documented. Every carcass accounted for. As night fell, the quiet hum of crickets gave way to the sharp crack of rifles echoing across the valley. A massive boar, nearly 200 pounds, charged through Miller's tomato patch. Arjun, one of the state marksmen, lined up a shot and dropped the beast instantly. A single clean hit to the shoulder, as required by law. But victory was short-lived. Within minutes, 15 more hogs burst from the brush, their eyes glowing red under the night vision scopes. Hunters fired in sync, dogs barked, and volunteers worked in coordination to drive the animals away from the crops. By dawn, 18 hogs were down. One dog had been tusked but survived thanks to quick treatment. No humans were hurt. The community celebrated, but they all knew this wasn't the end. It was just one battle in a much bigger war. These hunts, coordinated with the Central Valley Farmers Association, weren't just about saving crops. They were about saving livelihoods. Feral hogs weren't just a nuisance. They were a growing threat to human safety. A worker near Fresno had recently been attacked while repairing an irrigation line, an encounter that could have been fatal. Protect our crops, secure our future, became the rallying cry that united farmers, hunters, and wildlife officials. Every aspect of the operation was handled with care. Wildlife officers oversaw safety. Veterinarians tested samples for disease, and all remains were buried properly to prevent contamination. Before the hunt even began, 5 teams had mapped the terrain using trail cameras and drones, identifying the most active hog paths. Radios buzzed, night vision rifles were checked, and noisemakers were positioned strategically to lure hogs into open ground. Every shot fired that night followed a strict safety protocol. No accidents, no reckless moves, just precision and coordination. The effort saved John Miller's fields for the season, but everyone knew the hogs would return. These animals breed rapidly. One sow can produce a dozen piglets multiple times a year, and as long as there's food and shelter, they'll keep coming back. That's why farmers are now pushing for stronger, smarter defenses. The Central Valley Farmers Association is advocating for electric fencing, which has shown promise in states like Florida and Georgia. Others are testing natural deterrence plants with scents that repel hogs or soil treatments that make fields less appealing. Some farmers have turned to grain crops less likely to attract hogs, while others rely on insurance payouts. Over the last 5 years, those payouts have covered over $2 million in crop losses across the region. But insurance doesn't bring back the hard work lost to one night of destruction.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.